guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the start of a new series that I hopefully want to share with you in 2024 and beyond. So please let me know your feedback down below and if you enjoy this kind of content. But like you can tell from the title, today's video is going to talk about fragrances, perfumes and all that good stuff. And also this video is going to be kind of like a spin-off of this series that I started a while back but then I never kept up with, which was called Journey of My Perfumes, where I kind of take you through more into my perfume collection and share with you like how I plan to use my perfumes, or how I plan to just curate my collection. Basically that series was more about curating my collection, which I have kind of done, I feel like, basically, which is probably the reason why I didn't keep up with the series. But this series, like I said, is going to be a spin-off of that, and I want to talk to you about everything fragrance, like literally take you through my entire collection and share with you all of my raw, honest, unfiltered, like not very proper, like prim and proper thoughts. Like a lot of times when we do like a favorite fragrances video, or we do something that's based around a specific topic, I feel like we cannot just talk about anything and everything that we want to. But in this series, I want it to be more candid. I want you to ask me any questions you might have. I might do like follow-up episodes. Like I want to call it episodes because like literally we're doing a series. So for example, this first episode is going to be all about just me taking you through some of my thoughts about some of the fragrances that I'm currently going through, what I'm using, what have my experiences been so far with each of them, etc. So that's what this video is going to be about. I think we should dive right into it because then you will understand the format a little bit better. So I have my perfume tray, or rather, like, I want to say this is majority of my collection, like at least 70 to 80% of my collection is right here. I don't think I'm going to be able to give you a good look, but all my high-end fragrances and some of my more affordable fragrances are all in here, and I have been using some of them recently. I did my winter perfume rotation introduction video in which I told you that these are all the fragrances I'm going to be rotating amongst, and I will majorly be talking about those fragrances only which were in the rotation because those are the ones I've actually been using. So starting with first, let's talk about Nykaa Love Notes. Now this is one of my favorites, you guys know, and this I want to say is my second bottle, and I am pretty much done with it. Actually, you know what, when I hold it over here like this, I can see. So I'm here right now and I have this much left. And I have been using this very regularly these days. When I don't know what to spray, I use this. And something I also very much about it is that if I spray it like behind my ear, on both sides, or over here like on my collarbone, like my hair tends to touch it, and then my hair also smells of this, and with that what tends to happen is the hair fibers can hold your scent in longer or something like that. I don't know what is the science behind it, but basically I wash my hair every 3 days. So for 3 days I can smell this in my hair, and I keep getting whiffs of it all the time, which is also something I really love. So this is something I was using quite religiously, which is why I think I have gone through so much of it, and also because it's a more affordable fragrance. I feel like I spray with abandon, like I don't stop. I can just overspray a ton with this. Also, there is this fragrance that is available in Dubai. I want to say it's like an Arab brand. So my best friend actually went to Dubai a few months back and she bought this fragrance from there, and we had stayed over at her place during Christmas. So I had seen, like, she sent me. Okay, I'm sorry, I got interrupted because the Blue Dart guy just told me that one of my Nykaa parcels is here. I had to just take his call because this Nykaa order for some reason has been quite delayed. I'm going on a tangent over here, I know, but yeah, that's why we had to cut it off in the middle. I was telling you something about my story, like my best friend bought this fragrance from Dubai, which he had shown me, but I'd never smelt it before. I'd never even seen it before. So when we went to her house and she was spraying it on, I smelled it and I'm like, oh my god, this smells very similar to Nykaa Love Notes. And luckily I had Nykaa Love Notes with me because I had taken it like to her house. We were there for I think 2 days, like 1 night, 2 days. So I actually sprayed this on and I was like, smell it. And she's like, yes, both of them smell very, very similar to each other. So I need to find out what that fragrance is, and if I can, like, I don't remember the name, like it's something like Mariam and then something else. So I need to find the name of the fragrance, Google it, and like I'll show you a picture. Maybe I'll ask her to send me a picture of her bottle, something of that sort. But you need to know that this actually smells very, very similar to like a Dubai Arab based company's fragrance as well. So yes, amazing pick. Would highly recommend it if you love sweet fragrances, very soft, like gourmandish fragrances. Smells amazing, but otherwise you should know that this is not something everyone would like, probably, so keep that in mind. And I would always say, like, even though I'm sitting here talking about these fragrances, you can decide to pick up something or not pick up something. I don't really care. But if you are picking up anything that I ever talk about, especially in terms of fragrance, please try to like try it out, smell it through someone, go to a store and smell it and then buy it. I don't want anyone to buy any fragrance based on a story I'm telling you or anything of that sort, and then you end up buying it and regret it. I would not want to waste anyone's money like that. So this series is not to influence anyone to buy anything or like all that stuff. Like, I don't care if you buy any of these things or not, is my point. So anyways, let's move on and talk about another fragrance which surprisingly I'm using more than I thought I would, and I'll tell you why. This is Kayali's Love Fest Burning Cherry 48. Now what happens with most of my high-end designer fragrances is that I don't wear them every day, because in my head I'm like, this is a very expensive bottle of perfume. If I'm spending 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 on a bottle of perfume, I want it to last for like years, because that way I'm not constantly replenishing it. But that doesn't make sense, because when you're spending a certain amount of money on something, you want to actually use it and get your money's worth. It doesn't depend how many years it lasts. It depends on how often are you using it. Like, if I'm buying a fragrance that costs 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 and I try to save it for like 3 years, I use it sparingly, and then eventually I'm not able to go through my entire bottle, and then the fragrance goes bad, then I've not even got my entire money's worth out of it. So this is something I'm trying to teach myself and condition myself, that just because a bottle of fragrance is super expensive and because you spent a lot of money on it doesn't mean that you don't use it. You have to use every last drop of it and get your money's worth out of it, and it's okay if you have to constantly repurchase it. In that case, I would probably try to get good deals on it, or I would try to like stock up like my points. Like, for example, when I bought this bottle of fragrance, I saved Nika points worth rupees 1,000 almost, and I remember paying like 1,000 or maybe 1,200 rupees less than what the actual price of this is on Nika, because I had saved up all those points. So doing things like that would probably maybe justify the purchases a little bit more, or I would rather cut corners on other areas and put that money towards fragrances, or maybe just ask for a like better hike next time with my salary, knowing that I have such expensive taste. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but not using your perfumes is not a good, like, it doesn't make sense logically, rationally, it doesn't make sense. So anyways, coming back to this fragrance, like you can see, I have been using it a decent amount. It's not my most used fragrance in my entire collection, but it's one that I reach for at least once in a week, or maybe like sometimes I use it for like 2 days in a row, and then I skip it the next week and I don't use it. But I would say my average frequency is once in a week I try to wear this fragrance, and it's a beautiful, like the name says, cherry fragrance. I would say it is a little bit similar to Tom Ford Lost Cherry, because that is one of the reason I bought it, because the opening smells quite similar to Tom Ford Lost Cherry. That being said, I don't think it's as good as Tom Ford Lost Cherry. So probably when I go through my entire bottle, I might not repurchase it, and I will save up money to buy Lost Cherry, because I do feel like that smells like the cherry smell that you get in the opening of this is what you get throughout the time that you're wearing Tom Ford Lost Cherry. You get the same scent, so it's more linear, and I don't mind that because I want that scent throughout. whereas this one I feel like changes a little bit, and after some time, like when you first spray it, you can of course smell it, but then later on you get whiffs of it throughout the day, I would say. So it's like a moderate longevity. I won't say it's the most long lasting fragrance. And also this is to me a cooler weather scent, because in the warmer weather, like when I first bought it even in September and then October when I tried wearing this, it did not suit my body chemistry at all. So I feel like if I'm wearing this, I will get maximum use out of it in the winters, and then once the weather starts getting a little warmer, I might not enjoy the scent as much, because I feel like it turns into like a weird, I don't know how to describe it, for some reason it makes me think of like cashews, but like pisa hua cashews. What that would smell like is what this turns on me, and I don't like that smell. So I know it's a very weird description, but yeah, that's what it smells like on me in the warmer weather, which is why I don't want to wear it in the warmer weather. I will get as much use of it as I possibly can in the winter, and then once the cooler weather goes away, I think I'll give this a break till next year and use it that way, because it wouldn't make sense for me to use this if I'm not actually enjoying wearing it completely. So that is Kayali Love Fest Burning Cherry, and that is how I've been using it basically. So yeah, now moving on next. Okay, let's talk about another fragrance which is like my recent obsession right now, and that is this one. This is Michael Kors Wanderlust. This is a fragrance that I have wanted to buy for a very long time, and finally I think Nykaa had a very good sale on this where I picked it up for about 3,000, I want to say 3,600, maybe less than 4,000 for sure. So that was a great deal on this that I snagged up, because the MRP on Nykaa is like 8,000 for this fragrance. So got a very good deal on it, and you can see I have made a massive dent in here, a massive dent. Again, I think because I conditioned myself to use my high-end fragrances more often with Kayali, by the time I got this and by the time I started wearing this, I had already ingrained that in me, and I almost tried to tell myself that this is not the most expensive fragrance in my collection, and because I love the scent of this so freaking much, I'm just going to wear this every day because I love it that much. When I first started wearing it and I got obsessed with it, I was like, I wish I could make this my signature scent, because that is honestly how beautiful and how amazing this smells. So it smells like a warm, slightly coconutty, almondy, tropical floral fragrance. I would say this is a tropical floral. Depending on whether or not you like sweet fragrances, I don't think this is as sweet as it is tropical floral. That's the best way to describe it. There is definitely almond in here, so if you're someone who loves almondy fragrances like Hypnotic Poison by Dior, you would love this. Absolutely 100%. Also, I feel like this is like a younger cousin to Olympia by Paco Rabanne. That one I feel like is more mature than this. This is a little bit more juvenile in the best way, because it's also more casual. I feel like Paco Rabanne Olympia is something you cannot wear every single day. I mean, I'm sure there is someone who wears it every single day. I just don't think I could wear it every single day. Also because it's quite strong and it's quite potent. If you're wearing it, I feel like people can really smell you, and especially at work you need to wear something that's a little bit more subtle, because you can't come off too strong, especially to someone who sits next to you, or you know, in the same room. If a fragrance is very strong, I feel like it grabs the attention a little too much, which is something at least I wouldn't want to do. So for that reason, I think this is a really good one. Also, I'm not even joking, you guys, I was literally obsessed with this for weeks and weeks. It didn't take me too long to make this dent in here, but recently I have not been wearing this as much as I was wearing earlier, because I think that this is one of those fragrances which if you wear for days and weeks in a row, eventually after a couple of days you kind of get anosmic to it, and I think that's what happened with me. So when the weather was transitioning from you know, a little cool but more on the warm side to like Mumbai ka winters, there were a couple of days where I couldn't smell it on me, and I thought ki acha, because the weather started getting a little cooler, maybe that's the reason why this was not wearing well. So then I stopped wearing it because I was like, either I'm getting a anosmic to it, or it is just not suiting me in the super cool weather. So I will just wait, maybe not wear it for a few months, and then once winter is over, then I can get back to using it. Then a few days ago I was like, चलो ठीक है, आज मैं इसको try करके देखती हूँ कि is it working for me or not, and it worked amazing. Not as amazing as it was earlier, so I think both the factors have a role to play in it, but I realized that I am getting anosmic to it if I'm wearing it every single day for multiple days in a row. Like 2 weeks in a row, can't do it. Maybe like 1 week in a row I can probably pull it off, but otherwise I think I need to take a little bit of breaks in the middle, because if I'm spraying on a fragrance, I want to enjoy it, and if I'm getting anosmic to it, then I'm not enjoying it because I can hardly smell it. So yeah, that's what I figured out with this, is that I have to rotate this with some of my other fragrances, or I can just wear it for a few days in a row, take a break, switch to something like this maybe, and then just alternate. So wear this for a couple of days in a row, then stop, then wear this, stop after a few days, again wear this, and so on basically. Apart from that, I do feel like this would pair quite well even in the summer monsoon time. It's not like this is a winter specific fragrance, so I want to like take my own sweet time to go through the entire bottle and not rush into using it every single day and ignoring my other fragrances. So that's what I'm going to do with this going forward. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Michael Kors Wanderlust. Now a fragrance that I thought I will enjoy a lot, and I think that's the reason why I bought a full bottle, which I regret just a little bit. I regret buying the full bottle just a little bit, and I am speaking about House of Fragrances Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. So basically this is like an indie brand. They make fragrances in their own home, I want to say, and they have this dupe sort of Carolina Herrera Good Girl, which is not a dupe at all. It is maybe like 50% similar to the OG, but it's not at all similar, and I don't think you should buy this if you are looking to buy Carolina Herrera but you cannot afford it. Don't go for this. There are better options out there, like Renee's Bloom is a much better option if you're actually looking for the exact same scent profile. Anyways, this is more of a cooler weather, really sweet, gourmand, very warm sweet fragrance, and I thought I'm going to absolutely love this in the winters, which is why I was waiting to start using it. And like you can see, I have started using it and I have been wearing it, and it's not like I don't like it at all. Some days I do like it and I do wear it, but I feel like these three fragrances that I spoke about earlier, Michael Kors Love Notes by Nika and Kayali Love Fest Burning Cherry, have been getting way more love from me than this one has, and I have still not been able to tolerate how sweet this is. I think I am getting farther and farther from like simple fragrances which are super sweet. And I say simple because I want to mention one more fragrance which for some reason is not here. I don't know where it is. It's maybe in my bag or maybe in the cupboard, I'm not sure, but I'll just quickly talk about it nevertheless. And I am speaking about Vanilla Vibes from Plum. That is another very sweet fragrance that I actually repurchased specifically for the winters, and I thought I would absolutely love it in the winters. But turns out that one is also quite sweet on me, and especially if I spray it on my skin, it becomes very cloying. So for that reason, I have decided to wear it only on my clothes, and also I try to not spray too much. It doesn't give me the best longevity, which is honestly okay, but if I overspray, I think it'll actually give me a headache. That's how strong and sweet that fragrance is. So this one as well as that one I've been trying to wear, but honestly I'm not enjoying either of those too much, and I think I will just figure out how to wear them and how to use them up. I've also considered decluttering Vanilla Vibes, to be honest, because my mom really loves it, and I did buy 2 bottles because I bought one for her and I bought one for me. So I might either give her my bottle and maybe we can like she can use both the bottles if she wants to, and I also have some friends who might want to take Vanilla Vibes from me, so I might give them my bottle or I might give them the new bottle and keep my one for my mom, something like that. I have considered doing that also, because I know I have this one as well, and I want to go through both of these and kind of get them out of my collection, because clearly I'm not enjoying them, so what's the point of having them around? So yes, those are my thoughts on the fragrances that I'm going to talk about for episode 1 of Perfume Talk, and kind of chit chat and take you through like which perfumes I'm enjoying right now, what are my thoughts, what do I want to share with you guys about these fragrances, etc. So that is that. I hope you enjoyed this more candid form of perfume content, and I don't know how often I will do these. I don't know what I will talk about fragrances in these videos, but I want to make sure that every time we have a new topic, it's not like I'm going to sit here and review every time and talk about fragrances. I might do these sometimes I might do other things. I don't know. I'm curious and I want to know what you guys would like to see in terms of candid perfume content from me, and I would love to do that going forward. I know I don't do as much perfume content these days as I was doing initially in 2023 and even in 2022, and that is purely because I have definitely controlled myself quite a bit when it comes to purchasing fragrances, buying new stuff. I still love trying out new fragrances, but I don't go ahead and add them to my collection immediately, because I want to save for them and then buy it, not like go crazy, spend all my money on perfumes, and B, I also want to make sure that whatever I bring into my collection I really love. So yeah, that is it for the video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed, but that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.